Last podcast on the left is all about the facts. So when Southern New Hampshire University came on as a sponsor, it was time to do some research. Turns out they offer more than 200 online degree programs, and get this, criminal justice and psychology are some of the most popular. Classes have no set meeting times, and tuition rates are some of the lowest in the U.S. Want to learn even more about SNHU? Visit snhu.edu/last. Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why drivers have trusted Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. Just tell Progressive what you want to pay, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Visit Progressive.com to find a car insurance rate that works for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.
From your glade.
That's when the cannibalism started.
What was that?
Wow. We are.
You know what? We're down under. More like mom. Everything's upside down.
What?
Wow. W-O-W. You flip it upside down, mom.
I have to go to the hospital because of that joke. I have to go to the hospital. I have to talk to a doctor. We're getting my blood cleaned from that joke.
Absolutely.
We're in Australia.
We're in Australia. Absolutely. Welcome to the last podcast on the left. We're doing it. We're got our silly pants on today, folks.
It's a relaxed, fit episode, and you can tell because there's so much more room for my butt to swim in this episode.
Absolutely. And the boys, they said, Ben, you're allowed to have a beer while recording just once.
We actually didn't give you permission.
No, not at all. No, you did not ask, nor did we give.
So I'm drinking the Three Sheets Lord Nelson. That's a pale ale. Very good. Honestly, great beer here in Australia.
We have had nothing but a lot of beer.
A lot.
There's a lot of what you could say was we were drinking beers last night in Adelaide. So we're recording this episode. This is coming out in I don't know when this is coming out. This is
Next
like 2
week.
weeks.
Yeah, like a week and a half. Will we already either be back in the United States or in? No, we'll all be back in the United States by the time this episode comes out.
I have no idea what day it is today.
No, I feel like I'm in a casino, but this is just like my brain is soft, malleable. I'll end up, saying and doing things that I won't even remember.
You also were in a casino.
I did go to an actual casino.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it actually made me feel normal. Isn't that weird?
That's very sad. That's very sad. But we are, we're in the middle of Australia. This is the first time we're recording here. So, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, we're in Sydney right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I do like that you guys are...
At the very least, we know what city we're in.
I'm not sure if you guys are informing the audience of where we are or if you guys are just trying to figure it out. Yes, we are recording live in Sydney at this kick-ass hotel, by the way. If you do have a chance to get down to Sydney, the QT Hotel is just awesome.
It's baller.
It's so... there is a tub. There's a tub, and I got into the tub the first day I was here.
God,
and do you know what's so funny is? How long did it take you to run your bath before you can get in?
It takes like an hour.
For me, 10 minutes because I fill the water. I need 2 inches of water. Yeah, I need 2 inches of water. That's all I need. And then I put my big old body in there, and it's all filled up.
It's like how they clean rhinos at the zoo. I can see you with the water up to your nipples, and you got 2 rubber duckies you're kissing. Going I wish you were a pair of breasts. And then you got your weird big feet hanging out of the top of the water.
Yeah, that was basically it. Yes.
But so far, what a magical land this is.
It really is. And what a magical land of crime.
Honestly, there are so many people who came up to us, especially because we did a show in Adelaide yesterday, which I guess is the murder capital of Australia, and everybody's so excited to tell you that that's the fact. That they're so excited to be like, you have any idea how many rapes happen here?
Right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think they're the state bird of Adelaide is just a crooked smile. It's just like, oh, yeah.
But it's such a nice town.
Gorgeous.
That's the weird thing about it is that it really is like those weird British dramas where, like Broadchurch, where it seems like the most beautiful town on earth, but there's just murder happening every other week.
But people are super chill.
Yeah, totally chill.
They're super chill, but yeah, there's obviously something underneath the waters here, because as we were researching, because now we were trying to figure out what do we want to do for this relaxed fit episode, right? Besides just fucking enthrall you with stories from the road.
Absolutely.
How Kissel farts.
I I've been very good. I have been very good on this trip, by the way, from when it comes to toots. As a matter of fact, Marcus is the opposite because he hasn't been pooping.
Yeah.
But that's not hurting anybody but him.
Exactly.
Marcus can't shit on the road, and so it's been sort of a fun... It's like... I'm not going to say this. It's like hanging out with your fun uncle, but you always have to say stuff where you're like, Marcus... Did you shit last night? In a very kind of concerned manner.
Yeah, and I had something that was called like Marlboro. There was something really weird, like a really weird cereal this morning, and it got things going.
Wow.
So thank you.
That's great. Maybe it was the crystal meth you sprinkled on top of it to stay awake, because we have been traveling. We have been traveling nonstop. I think that we just live in Australia now.
I realize we've only been here for 5 days.
Yes.
But we got a lot more days left.
Absolutely. Perth was completely gorgeous as well. I get why people live out here. Rugby's a great sport. I watched some of that. And do you know what they have in rugby that we don't have in American football? A lot of male butts.
Yeah.
There were so many tight butts, they just pull down each other's pants, but no one laughs.
No.
They're beating the hell out of each other.
It's really
and I'm
scary.
like, that's a massive butt. And everyone's just like, play on. And I'm like, in America... I mean, it would be... Remember when Janet Jackson accidentally maybe showed her nipple?
It was
and
fake.
she's
It was
still
fake.
banned? But that was like in America, we're like... it was a collective gasp that is still going on today.
Yeah.
It's very strange about why there's not more nude butts in the NFL. But in rugby, I did see a donger. I have seen I watched a little bit of it, and eventually I do feel like it does... It's kind of like jerk-off material here, right?
It absolutely could be. It's hot guys running fast, hitting on each other.
It could be, but I'm not sure it's specifically jerk-off material.
No, it's a game, Marcus. It's definitely not officially jerk-off material.
It's not like
but
an
that's
open secret that everyone in Australia is just jerking off to rugby.
I feel like it's a medium, like it's like a half open closet door secret that you're going to jerk off to rugby because there's a bunch of wet men wrestling with each other, which I don't understand why there's not ladies.
There is ladies rugby. I've seen it like multiple times on television.
Yeah, every time you say during a live show there isn't ladies rugby, there's like 10 women in the crowd that all say there's ladies rugby.
But it's not professional.
It is professional.
No, not because why are they wearing clothes?
It's professional, you pervert, because they don't want it to be a jerk off.
It's not the ladies wrestling channel on kink.com.
But why not?
Thank you,
because
kink.com.
it's a sport.
Thank you, kink.com.
Thank you, kink.com. It's a sport, Henry.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of sports out there that could be done with a lot more scissoring.
You know, women have done a lot of progress when it comes to athletics. As a matter of fact, the female
Swoozie Kurtz.
Swoozie, I don't know who Swoozie.
No, that's the actress.
Is
You're
that a
thinking
porn
of
star?
Cheryl Swoops.
Yes.
And Cheryl Swoops at Texas Tech University.
Oh.
It's all come full circle. I'm so happy we finally got to mention Cheryl Swoops. She was huge when she came out. She was one of the first people in the WNBA to really make it big and famous. Mm-hmm. But I will say this. The U.S. women's soccer team, they need to get paid what the men are getting paid right now, and the men should all be just working at a gas station.
Because the women actually win.
They win!
Yeah.
I love our women's soccer team.
Me too.
And they're known around the world.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's U.S.'s soccer team.
Yes.
Yeah, I certainly would be known. But I feel like, we kind of went off my subject of imagining a bunch of big, burly women all slapping each other's breasts, but still kicking a big ball.
But isn't that funny how you brought it back?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? Because we were like, maybe we shouldn't talk about that so much, but then we are just going to talk about it. We can do this the whole time.
That's all I think about while I'm here. I mean, Natalie's not here, but you've been a really good behavior because Carolina's been with us.
Yes.
Which is really nice to have a female flavor in the bus.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're not
honestly,
just so gross.
Yeah.
It's not just a bunch of gross dudes. Like, there's a really nice lady along with
Okay,
us.
Yeah.
well, let me just say that, first of all, we're always on very good behavior because I watch documentaries of how bands used to act, and we're like grandpas.
We missed the good years. We missed the good times.
And everyone was just having fun.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't happen. But
I mean, they almost died.
duh.
But we almost died, but I think
they
it's
were
just
also in
their
their. I think they were also in like their early 20s, though. Like we're all in our like mid to late 30s.
I have deep
tired.
vein thrombosis,
so
and we've been flying so much, my ankle is swollen up the size of a goddamn chunky New York pigeon, and at any point, it could all end.
This is sadder than anything we've covered on the show.
Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun?
You know, if we want to, we can get in a little bit of Adelaide true crime.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But yes, so we've had a wonderful time here, and we've met a lot of great people, so thanks so much for having us in your country, Australia.
I do want to eventually get into the Australian UFO scene because I had a lot of people talk to me about how, like, we had a long conversation with our friend Wade last night who lived in the outback for his whole childhood.
And you might know Wade from our last stream on the left. He
does. His name's Dankmas on the internet. Yeah, he does some awesome Simpsons videos out there, and he also did a little bit of work for our live show. He made the song for the Casey Anthony video.
Wonderful man.
Yeah, wonderful dude.
But the way they seem to explain the Outback to me, which is, I mean, I don't know if it's just a pedantic way to explain to an American tourist, but it does seem to be a land of mystery. They were like, you go out there and it's just, they're like, reality changes. It's different out there. You go out there and it's something special. You see wolves in the sky. You see gurus. They dancing a bit. And I'm just like, that's incredible. But they say you go out there and you can get very easily lost. You have to sing the song of the Aborigine.
How does that go?
I'm not
Let's
good
not
at
do yeah. We'll ask an actual Aborigine person to sing it. We'll record it, and we'll let everyone know what it sounds like.
They tell stories of their histories through song, and they harmonize with each other. It's very interesting, but there's a lot of UFO activity in the Outback, because you go out there, and it's supposed to be the realm of the unreal.
Ooh.
But I want to go, but at the same time, I wish there was a hotel.
It's very far away. It's extreme camping, and you don't want to go camping at like a national park in America. I don't think you'd handle the Outback. You're a city guy.
I can't do it.
I
can't
know.
do it. I need my memory foam.
I know you do. But yes, we had some great fans. Many of them said they saw a boatload of UFOs. So if you're out there, you've seen a UFO, side stories email sidestorieslpotl@gmail.com. Send us your footage, and then we can show it on the stream.
I will say to you, the footage part of a UFO sighting actually doesn't matter, because it's about communications with the other.
Henry, there is no film in this camera. No, there was film in the camera in Wayne's World, the life that we're living now. Because if you don't document it, much like, I'm not going to bring up anything serious. Much like if you do a long performance, for example, and then no one is there to film it, and you worked really hard on this long performance. Maybe it was a 12-hour long show or something.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I actually
It was like really cool for the people that were there drinking a bunch of beer for 12 hours. Really cool for them.
What they are subtweeting me about is Murderfist did. Murderfist, our sketch group of 15 years, we did a 12-hour show, 112 sketches that we did, and technically we broke the Guinness World of Records for longest sketch show.
Technically you did.
No one came.
But you did.
No one from Guinness came to record it, because we were too fucking drunk to email a person to fucking show up. And then also, there is no evidence of it. So it's like we didn't do it.
That's what I'm saying with UFOs.
But UFOs is about a personal relationship with the other side of the universe, with the dark side. Well, we talked with Dan Aykroyd last week.
Oh, that was amazing.
A lot of what he said, he is very much a part of the nuts and bolts community. So when I try to bring up some of the psychic stuff, he can talk upon it, as he did.
Jacques Vallée stuff.
Oh, yeah, he does, but he's not a Jacques Vallée kind of guy. He's way more into seeing the ships, which I totally understand.
So you're actually crazier than Dan Aykroyd. Not that Dan Aykroyd is crazy, nor is the term crazy bad.
No, what it is that Dan Aykroyd was from one generation, and someone else has to take the helm, has to take ufology into the next generation, the TNG. I'm ufology TNG.
Oh,
right?
What does that mean? The
Next generation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I believe
Star Trek.
Well, I had a great time speaking with people at the bar, although last night in Adelaide, we ran into... It was a badass band. It was really good. The lead singer...
I'm going to say...
They were really good.
They played a passable cover.
No, you missed. I want to give this guy a shout out. I'm going to mention his name because I thought he was unless maybe I shouldn't. What if he's a horrible person?
I don't know. Let's wait. Okay. Because you know what it was? They weren't... It's not that they were great. They were good. But mostly, they were there. And it was nice that we were there, too, because we went to Adelaide on a Monday night, so we got out early at our show. We're ready to go get hammered somewhere because we had off the next day today. And so we're like, all right, let's Adelaide go. Let's get in a roundabout.
Honestly, dude, this Australian accent, this trip, that is the best Australian accent that I have ever heard.
I will say this. It's absolutely more impressive in person.
It's beautiful.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It is
it's
beautiful.
subtle. Everybody here is cool as fuck. It's just one of those. We're staying.
Absolutely.
We're staying. But when we went to try to go out in Adelaide, they're like, it's a Monday. It's like, what does that mean? You're like, people don't go out on a Monday.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, they do. I got drunk on a Monday my entire life.
Sure.
Up until now, up until literally this day.
As a matter of fact, in America, they do like cheaper beer on Monday.
Yeah.
Because they're like, please come.
Yeah, come and drink.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went to the one bar that was open in Adelaide.
One bar in Adelaide is 1.2 million people. So you really would think that it would be more than one. But this place was such a fun, little, like, groovy, kind of niche-y, cute place.
Gareth Everson's? No.
Get Emma Bumbles.
No, we should mention the Emily's list. I don't know, what is it?
Hotel. It was called the... Gertha, Grace Emily Hotel.
Grace Emily. It was wonderful. I did accidentally make a small blooper because there was this girl there.
No.
And she was really
Kissel,
sweet, but she
you've
was...
never done that
I know, a
before.
small blooper where she was like, it's my birthday. And I was like, and she's like, guess how old I am? And I'm like, okay. So I am going to do what is the polite thing to do, which is overshoot.
25 to 30 years
younger.
younger.
I like that when I'm like, oh, it's my birthday. And when someone's like 25, I'll be like, no, I'm not really, thank you. So I thought the appropriate response to undershoot this to be a polite American was 34. I was like, oh, are you 34 years old? Because I thought she was at least 50. And then she almost cried because she's like, yes, how'd you know? And then I think she wanted to marry me.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, random woman.
She led a life. She led a life that gave her an experienced face.
I just thought that I thought that was the nice answer. But instead it turned out like I was the dude from the Sword in the Stone, and I was the only one that pulled the fucking sword out.
You know what you do next? If you ever do that again, and then it works out just like that, you then do the Thena. And you give her a gypsy curse.
Very nice.
She, I always hit. Just do the hack joke. You
18? What is the hack joke?
What are you, 21? You have to do that. You have to really, really, really exaggerate.
Henry, you saw this woman. I did exaggerate. I really, and this is not to criticize anyone's physical beauty whatsoever. It was just it was a small blunder.
Yeah.
But of course she didn't even realize it. I think she looked, you know what? She looks great. How do I audibly describe backtracking? How does that sound? Plop, 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 plop.
That's why I always hit, and you're like, you don't look a day over 14.
Well, while we were in Adelaide, we were gifted this fucking awesome book called City of Evil by Sean Fuster. Okay. And I started reading it this morning. I got through the introduction and the first chapter, and Adelaide is fucked up.
Really?
Well, this was what people were saying. I forget. Because I guess growing up in New York, all that kind of shit, it's like growing up in technically adjacent to a bad neighborhood, right? You forget that other places are going to have really bad neighborhoods.
Sure.
And we go to Adelaide, and it's this cute city,
really
and everybody's
pretty.
really nice, and everyone was like, you don't want to go out by yourself. And I was like, why? He's like, you're going to get awed.
No,
like,
honestly,
they're going to get me? And they're like...
Right.
It is filled with it.
No, I mean, I wasn't so much the sexual stuff that we would have to worry about. I think it was more of the knife to the fucking dome.
Yeah, people said they would kill us, and then you start really looking at the surface, and I didn't realize the Snowden murders happened here.
Yeah.
And then I started researching a little bit into the family murders, which we're just going to have to do an entire episode about. If you look up the family murders, this shit's fucking wild.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is just a gorgeous, sleepy little college town on the outside, but on the inside, it's full of much more.
Well, listen to this quote from Salman Rushdie.
Salman Rushdie made a quote for this book?
Well, it's actually a quote from Adelaide Writers' Week, 1984.
Okay.
But it's the quote that's put at the beginning of City of Evil, which I'll recommend, even without finishing the whole thing, like, I'll recommend it. Like, this book, it's well written.
Okay.
It's got a great voice to it. It's fucking great. I would definitely recommend it.
You know one chapter in, you know it's a great book.
Yep, I know, yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say, like, I don't know it's a great book, but at the very least, I know it's worth finishing. I know it's worth reading.
Great.
But here is the quote. Adelaide is the perfect place to set a horror story. You know why all those films and books are always set in sleepy conservative towns? Because sleepy conservative towns are where those things happen. Exorcism, Omens, Shining, Poltergeist. Adelaide is Amityville or Salem, and things here go bump in the night.
Ooh, cool.
A little bit is because when we were wandering around at night, you can kind of feel a little bit of the vibe. Because it's one thing I've noticed so far, especially like here in Sydney, all these cool bars you go at in Sydney, it's all this fucking speakeasy shit. So you can't find a bar. You have no clue where it is until all of a sudden you show up and it's a good time, which is great. But they expect you to walk down these like Foot Clan alleyways
Yeah.
until I go down there being like, I'm not going down there. I'm too pink.
Well,
I'm such a pink little cute little boy. What are they going to do to me now?
I mean, to be fair, I think we're the ones who look scary.
You look scary.
It reminds me of that joke with Doug Stanhope when he was walking down the street and he saw a group of people and he crossed the street because they were so scary. And then when he showed up on stage, they were in the front row.
Yeah, he was his fans.
So I don't know if we were so much at risk, but...
Well, from this book, from the introduction, like I'm going to read a couple of things, like some of the information this guy gives about Adelaide, is that he says the reason why Adelaide is so dangerous, the reason why such bad shit happens, like there's a couple of different reasons why, but part of the reason is how it was founded, because Adelaide was one of the few main cities, actually it was the only main city in Australia that was not founded by convicts.
So it's worse then?
Well,
wouldn't that be counterintuitive?
It was a free man city. No, because what are the richer classes, the higher classes? They believe that they're more important than anybody lower than them. When you show up here as a criminal, like you're in a sea of other criminals. It's like
Right.
you're kind of on the same page with everybody. This is obviously my interpretation, but it does seem like when you come from like an aristocratic background,
Sure.
and you show up because this becomes like a little vacation town from you, from soggy fucking UK,
Balls,
right?
yeah.
You come out to fucking Australia where it's just like you got big titted women just coming out of the sand.
So maybe kind of the Robert Durst effect.
Yes, where you
A lot of
look
people
down on
Okay.
people.
Yeah, I mean, well, what it was is that it wasn't founded by convicts, plural. It was founded by a convict.
How?
Singular. This guy Wakefield. His name was Edward Gibbon Wakefield.
Love it.
Yeah, and he just a few months before, like, kind of founding Adelaide, like founding the idea of like this free city, he had done a 3-year sentence for kidnapping a 15-year-old girl.
Oh, my. And he became the mayor?
In 1826, he had conspired with his brother to abduct Ellen Turner, a rich manufacturer's daughter, who caught his eye. Wakefield lured the girl into his trap by way of a false letter, warning Miss Turner her mother was gravely ill. Once the teenager was in his clutches, Wakefield took her to Scotland and demanded she marry him, saying it was the only way to spare her family financial ruin.
That's called dating a mayor.
I guess so. Also, I do that term like, she caught my eye. It's like, did you throw it her way? Like, if she really was just walking, and then you're like, oh, no, she caught it. I don't know if she really did.
No, because you know what catches my eye? The meat pies. You know what I mean? When I saw, like, they have out here, they have those big, soggy-looking meat pies.
Yeah.
That catches my eye.
It
because
does.
I will pick it up and consume it. If a woman were to catch my eye, that means I'm going to pick her up and consume it.
Oh, my goodness. Honestly, okay, what do we think? Not to get off topic, but you mentioned the beef pies. I'm going to say I only had one. Not my favorite thing.
You only had one.
I only had one, so I need to experience it again. But Marcus, you had a beef pie.
I've had 2, and I love
both
them.
good?
I love them
But
so
he
much.
also likes blander food. And
No, that's not true at all. I love spice.
He likes
You
the
like-
My
bubblegum
favorite
fix.
food is chicken vindaloo. I'm
only-
an expert on chicken vindaloo.
you only like chicken vindaloo.
No, I don't. I like sog pernam.
What the hell's a song pronam?
Does
Does it come with the side of the gout? What
an
happens?
Indian asshole procedure?
Oh, is that right? But you had the beef pie and you liked it.
That's fine.
Okay.
Well, this is what this guy says about Adelaide. He said because it's the myth is that Adelaide is the murder capital of Australia.
Okay.
But it's not actually the murder capital of Australia. There's other towns that have much higher murder rates per capita.
Great.
It's
So-
just that Adelaide has the weirdest murders and it has the weirdest crime. He said in a murder town you would only have to worry about being killed by a crazed deviant. In Adelaide, you have to worry about the crazed deviants not only killing you, but robbing you, raping you, kidnapping you, stealing your sons, sexually assaulting your daughters, murdering your wives, and poisoning your curried egg sandwiches.
Could have done without that, sir.
Well, honestly, at least they do all of it.
That's horrible.
But
That
no,
is
that's
horrible.
At least, what do you mean? At least they do all. That's a horrible thing to say.
For those listening, Henry just has a reflex whenever he hears something, dare I say, interesting, because you're a positive person at heart. You say words like, cool, awesome, but when Marcus that was a sentence full of horrible things. You're like, at least they do all of it.
Well, at least they do all of it. Because it's not just murder, and then they're like, we don't steal sons around here.
Okay.
Well, let's go through some of the crimes that that Fuster talks about in the introduction. This is just like these are like little tastes of what this book is actually all about. I think there's something like 11 chapters, like 11 really great dives into a bunch of crimes. Like some of the chapters are Z for Zorro, D for devotion, an undignified death, rise and fall of the artful dodger, pleading the belly.
All of this are episodes of Red Shoe Diaries.
Yes, especially the rise and fall of the
artful dodger.
Yes, indeed. Oh my.
Well, here's one that he talks about that happened in February of 2008. He said Frederick Walkuski kidnapped his former lover, Donna Pridham, from her car. Leaving Ms. Pridham's toddler son alone in the back seat, Walkuski forced the object of his affection into another vehicle and sped away. In any other city, Ms. Pridham would have been taken to an abandoned warehouse or garden shed, blindfolded and chained to a chair. But in Adelaide, kidnappers do things differently. Walkuski drove his beloved to an isolated shack miles from the nearest town and led her gently inside. He had filled the tiny dwelling with Ms. Pridham's favorite food and DVDs, as well as clothing he had bought in her size.
But hold on a second. So he must have... How did he know all of these things about her?
Former lover.
Oh, former lover.
Yeah, that's what I said at the beginning. Yeah, former lover.
Former lover.
Yeah. He planned for them to spend the rest of their lives together, sequestered in his love shack.
Is that not necessarily, though, honestly, just marriage?
Yeah, but
No, it's not. It's kidnapping.
I know,
It's
but she
100% kidnapping.
Yeah, so like if the pastor or the person doing your wedding is like, okay, now it's time for the I do's, and the chick is like, I don't, I want to go.
I don't think so. It's Australia. It's upside down.
Oh, I see.
That is, wow, I wonder how that's a lot of money to put into the kidnapping.
So what is this, when it comes to Adelaide, their police department must literally be like, don't litter. Like, it must be like speeding, seatbelt violations, and then like, we found another corpse in a barrel. It's like, it must be the string, because it was a very peaceful, pretty place. And everywhere we've gone in Australia, they demand seatbelts be worn. Like, so I know they are very concerned with relatively minor, problems.
Actually, speaking of bodies in a barrel, in the first chapter, this guy says that there were 2 different bodies killed by 2 different groups of people in barrels found about 100 yards from each other about 2 weeks apart.
So you know for a fact the person who makes the barrels, like, it's good business.
Honestly,
And then the Snowtown guys, they were all about barrels. Like, they love barrels in Adelaide.
What if we just start taking our podcast money and investing in barrels?
In barrels.
In Australia.
Yeah. Adelaide Barrel Company.
Honestly, we're leaving money on the table here.
Absolutely.
And lamb.
I love lamb.
We buy like 10 lambs.
Also, I mean, speaking of food here, the food has been really good. Although the boys, Marcus and Henry, they did try kangaroo. I did not have it yet, but what was that like?
It was not a preparation that it should be. It was done. It was served cold. It was seared. Served cold, and it just wasn't correct.
It's supposed to be stewed, right?
I've heard many now interpretations. As I put up a video of us eating it, I've heard many people been like, "This is the only way you can eat roux." Oh, you can't eat roux. You gotta feed it in the door. You all like do different levels of what is different, very intense opinions about kangaroo.
I'm sure.
Well, here's another one. Celebrity was on the mind of another of Adelaide's twisted citizens. Depending on when you met him and how much money you had, the concrete pumper would introduce himself.
No. We can't let that go.
Okay,
concrete pumper, that was his name?
No, I think I put the inflection on the wrong words. The concrete pumper. Like, concrete pumping was his business.
Like that was concrete pumper Wallace?
Yeah, he loved fucking concrete. That is what his job was. He's like, the best part is you gotta get in there before it settles. Saying, oh, look at it, I'm making little L's. It's little L's.
This guy would introduce himself as either Romeo Pacifico or Richie Sambora.
That's awesome.
Richie, that is, wow.
Well, the thing is that Romeo Pacifico was his real name.
Really?
But he was a con man he was a big Bon Jovi fan.
Oh, my God.
And Richie Sambora, he would go by Richard Sambora.
It's Richard.
Thank you.
And that was his con man name.
It's so funny. He was born with a con man name. Just go with your
Romeo Pacifico.
That's incredible.
Romeo, I am Romeo the Concrete Pumper Pacifico.
But that means there's someone in a retirement home right now just being like, is the bassist?
He's the guitarist.
The guitarist from Bon Jovi robbed me once. And they're like, how did you even meet Richard Sambora? And you'd be like, well...
Actually, listen to this. In either identity, Pacifico was a consummate fraudster who swindled more than $25 million from banks and businesses. The money funded an extravagant lifestyle of luxury cars and top-of-the-line building equipment before his crimes were detected. And in an absurd twist, the real Richie Sambora had to retain lawyers in Adelaide to represent him until the courts were satisfied he had no involvement in the scam.
Why would he have an involvement in his Bon Jovis?
There's no way I was there, man. I had to open a Cabo Wabo in Newark.
So he had to fly out to Adelaide and just be like, that's not me. Look at my gold rings.
At the very least, he had to have that weird 7 a.m., 7 p.m. conversation from New Jersey to Adelaide.
Oh, my
to talk to the
me,
lawyer.
man. It's said so much on this here, man. Like, will you listen to Jovi? At least let Jovi tell you I was standing right next to him. I've never seen this man before in my life. Oh, Jovi!
Live from your grave. Live from your grave.
All right, now listen to this other one. June Bussin.
Okay.
Or maybe it's Busin.
That could be Busin.
She grew murderously tired of her cancer-stricken husband, Dennis. In December of 2003, her need for affection drove her into the arms of another man. Ooh. Though happy with James Slade, she felt she would never be truly free until Dennis, her husband, was dead.
Uh-oh.
And so, 1 month after the affair began, Busin and her lover stood over the cancer-stricken man.
He was
dying of cancer.
You just had to wait.
Just wait.
And they commenced what prosecutors called a vicious attack of the most dreadful kind. That night, in the bedroom he'd shared with his wife, Dennis sustained 80 injuries, 56 of them stab wounds at the hands of the new lovers. Just days later, as police investigated the crime, Busin and Slade moved into that same room together and continued their love tryst. Ugh. And each is now serving a life sentence.
But honestly,
just
I
wait,
don't get
because
it.
then you get the insurance money,
right?
And you can go in with, you just got your boyfriend on deck
yes.
for when the husband's dead, or you could do kind of like, well, you ever see the movie Breaking the Waves?
No, I never saw that one.
It's sad. It's done by the same guy who did, what was the blind Bjork movie? Dancer in the Dark.
Ah,
yeah,
yes.
that sad motherfucker. He made this movie called Breaking the Waves, and I believe it was about a guy. I want to say it's a guy whose dick was broken. He was paralyzed in an accident.
Did he break it in the waves?
No, no.
Is it in the water?
Are you talking about the one with the guy that played Saul Starr in Deadwood and Helen Hunt?
No, that's the one where he was in a wheelchair and Helen Hunt was giving fucking jerking him off because the doctor told him to.
Yeah, for therapy.
Yeah, which is, I mean, honestly, it's great therapy.
Wonderful, yeah.
But I mean, Breaking the Waves, the whole thing is that the guy's dick doesn't work, so he gives...
Really?
Yeah, I forget, it was like yada, 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 his character doesn't work anymore, it's that. But anyway, he gives his wife permission to take lovers.
Okay.
To satisfy her so she'd stay. So the cancer guy at some point could have flipped it and been like, just like, you guys just like squirk it in front of me, and maybe one of you guys can give me a tug while we're doing this. You could have worked it out. You could have negotiated this whole relationship.
For some reason, I don't think these people were really reasonable. I don't think they were thinking in the proper way. But also when your significant other dies, you get widow sympathy. So she really just missed out on everything.
Yeah, because she could have caught a bunch of dicks, right? Just having a dead husband. You could have not just gotten to him. You could have met the mayor. And then, yes, dating a mayor is him kidnapping you, but...
Of course.
Then you're a mayor's wife.
Exactly.
You get the sash.
That is exactly what your mother is doing right now, isn't it?
Well, I don't think that I don't see her grooming any men yet. Except there is the guy that's building the pool.
Really?
He might be on the docket. My father's just there. He's like, because he still has a gun.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
And my father's he's not a cuck.
No, he's not.
No, he'd be really upset.
No, we saw the photos of him dancing at your wedding. He can cut a rug and shoot a gun.
He can.
Absolutely.
He's legally allowed to have a gun.
Yeah.
Which he shouldn't probably.
Well, here's another story. And remember, all these are just from the introduction of the book.
Okay.
Like these, and there's so much more to read in here. This is one about Michelle Burgess, the queen of Adelaide's killers.
Ooh.
Her weapon was not a blade or a gun, but her body.
Oh my God.
It's a rugby player.
You know what I do? I pour the kerosene in my butthole. I tell them it's Butthole Tuesdays. Yeah, burns them starting at the ball bag.
She used her body to cultivate multiple lovers, then played them off against each other to get what she wanted.
Smart.
In 2000, what she wanted was Kevin Matthews all to herself.
Oh, yeah.
He felt the same way, meaning his wife, Carolyn, had to go.
Got to go.
This is when you have the conversation, we need a divorce.
We've talked about this before. Just break up.
Just go.
Just go.
leave.
Even
Yeah.
if you literally, I know this is not great advice, but if you're going to kill somebody to get out of the relationship, just fucking ghost them. Get your shit and disappear. That's all you got to do. If you're contemplating murder, then is it worse to just leave?
But I mean, that's the thing with when we've talked about Bonnie and Clyde for these last 3 episodes. You could ghost back then. Now, when you got to ghost, you got to block, you got to do the whole thing. You can't ghost anymore.
You can ghost. You get on a bus. Honestly, if you want to get out of town, you buy a bus because that's the last anonymous way to travel. You get out of the country, go up to another place, and then like where we're at, you get on one of these Qantas flights. You get one of these little domestic
Great
flights
planes.
where they don't even check the IDs.
Yeah.
We were in there. They're not checking any IDs. They don't do any security in an Australian airport.
Absolutely. When you go to the Australian airport, you remember that the TSA is a total sham and a complete fraud because everything's safe.
Yeah.
And they don't make you feel like a terrorist.
Yeah, there are people waiting for their families at the gate like it's 1989.
It's kind of
so
nice.
nice.
It's wholesome.
Yeah. I
but,
love it.
But that's how you get out. You do you get on a train, you get out, and you can just make up a Facebook. Be Romeo Pacifico. Make the LinkedIn profile of Romeo Pacifico. Put up your picture, and that's it.
You're literally describing how Adelaide got populated. That is why it is like the murder weird capital of the world.
Well, Michelle Burgess arranged for this other dude that she was fucking, David Key, to carry out the hit of Kevin Matthews' wife under her supervision.
This is the power of a woman. That's why men are just tools.
Yeah.
They are
Dude.
tools for women.
Look at the picture of Michelle. This is the woman. This is the woman's whose body. This is the woman's whose body.
Well, she could have killed a lot of people, yeah.
She looks like Casey Anthony's less attractive cousin.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she's got a sinister stare to her that I find to be quite
She must got
attractive.
some kind of swerve.
Oh
going
yes,
on.
this
I
is
mean,
her
like-
much younger. Yeah, I
she's
get
got
it.
a nice smile, I guess.
Yeah, she's got a mischievous glint. She's definitely got this groom is a fucking dead man.
Well,
Yeah.
the funny thing is,
She certainly married a man with a mullet.
So he's
which
got
is much more prevalent here than I thought it would be.
and honestly, I like a mullet.
love
I'm just
it.
gonna say. So she's got that classic poodle hairdo when women just went to the same groomer as their dog, and so it's puffy on the sides, and then she's got the mullet man there. So interesting looking people.
They match for the wedding.
Perfect.
Well, she watched as her puppet stabbed Carolyn Matthews in her own home, all the while shouting, "Killer, be a man, show me you love me."
Yeah.
And the murder was
Wait, that is so hard to do.
Yeah. And the murder was a success, but the cover-up was not.
Oh, really?
Burgess, Matthews, and Key all went to jail for their hideous crime. Undaunted, Burgess seduced a male prison guard to ensure her time in custody was as comfortable and sexually charged as possible.
I want to just see what is her approach? Is she be like, can't help but notice your dick's dry.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, how about I'm giving a little bit of my gulch? Do you want to explore my gulch, you sexy prison cap?
Yeah, I have a feeling it wasn't extremely difficult to seduce this prison guard. I'm sure he was extremely desperate for any kind of affection.
I don't know. I guess you're in prison and you're watching all these people around. It's got to be difficult. I guess.
Well, and let's be honest. I mean, the prison sex sort of trope is extremely common. Behind bars, hot and sweaty, all that kind of stuff. So I guess you just flip it and reverse it. You make it a saucy situation, like a sandals resort.
Like a sandals.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. If you see me in jail for my long stint for tax evasion at some point, I'm definitely...
No, we are forcing you not to evade taxes.
I'm trying not to.
No.
I'm trying not
No,
to.
you don't. You have to try to. It's easy not to.
I guess so.
Because you have to pay the taxes.
I guess, true. But I want to go, if I go to jail, real Southern Belle.
You're going to be a Southern Belle.
They're like, I do declare that those are my Cheetos.
You are going to get domed in more ways than one.
But if I'm charming, like if you come off like a disarming, like a young Dolly Parton in jail, and then just come to me for relationship advice.
Do you have any idea what that would... So your idea is to become weaker when you go into jail.
No, be a fun gossip.
You want to be a
Learn how to
gossip.
cut hair. If I learn how to cut hair and be a fun gossip, and be like, what I heard was that Jerry's he's a child molester, so you better kill him in the
So
shower.
you want to be a Southern Belle snitch.
Yeah, against other prisoners, but you build alliances.
Yeah,
And
just cut to you in solitary confinement, just wearing your own shit as a wig. Just be like, I'm still a Southern Belle.
Just a lady as always.
Well, Adelaide has at least 3 different serial murder sprees. 1980s, that's the family murders. 5 young men were killed.
Well, the thing about the family murders is that it's deeply connected. They believe, there's a lot of theory built into this whole story, is that it's connected deep within the Australian government and the entertainment industry. So there's a belief that a system of men, that they wanted to say, it's at least 5 dudes, built a community of murderers and rapists, that they would essentially steal boys and they would use them, and the way every one of these dudes died, every one of these poor victims died of blood loss from an anal injury.
Oh,
Think about that.
So brutal.
It is incredibly brutal, but the way it got solved, well, one of them got solved. One guy went to jail for one of the crimes. I forget his name.
Just one?
Just one. They tried to pin the other crimes on him, but they couldn't get enough evidence together. And so it was because he murdered the son of a very famous television anchor in Australia.
Oh.
And of course, that's what gets the fucking police moving, because he's literally controlling the news.
Well, if you don't want the story to be out, I wouldn't recommend him murdering a news anchor's child.
Yeah.
That'll definitely get the story out there for sure.
But that story's fucking wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then there was also the Truro killings, which I don't know anything about those. He just lists them here, but that 8 young women were killed in the 1970s.
Jeez.
And then, of course, there's the Snowden murders that we all know about, which we're going to absolutely... I know we've been talking about covering them for 3 years or so, ever since we did Australian serial killers, but we got to cover it.
I think we literally need to do, I'll get the let out, an Australian block.
Well, we already did it once, yeah.
I know. We got to do it again, because some of these crimes are absolutely fascinating. It is just, we got to get to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Rise from your grave. Rise from your grave.
Well, like I said, I haven't got too far into the book.
Okay.
But I did read the first chapter, and I'm not going to ruin it for everybody. I want people to read this book. I want people to buy this book. It's fucking great.
Who's the author again?
Sean Fuster.
All right.
It's called City of Evil, the shocking real story of Adelaide's strange and violent underbelly.
Oh, my.
Apparently it was made into a TV series.
Yes, the book does have a little circle that says "as seen on TV." So the book was on TV.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. The book was on TV. It was made into a TV series, like a documentary series.
I thought the book was just sold on television.
No, it wasn't.
Thing.
No, it's not like a fucking. It's not like Flex Seal.
Okay, I was thinking it was like Flex Seal, and I'm like, okay, that was a famous book in itself.
Well, this the one that he talks about in the very first chapter involves 2 women. Their last names are McGinnis and Casa Grande.
Ooh.
They've got crazy names here.
They do.
I love it. Big old house.
Yeah, absolutely. But the
Love it.
the victim in this case, it's one guy. His name was John Lillycrap.
No, it was not.
It's Lillecrapp. I cannot think of any other way to pronounce it than Lillycrap.
Is it Lillycrap?
That is Lillycrap.
That's Lily.
Unless
Poor
it's
guy. He was a
Lillycrop.
It might be, but the thing is that this guy,
poor guy.
John liked to go by Joanne.
Okay.
John was Joanne was kind of a neighborhood character.
Okay.
And
was Was it a transgender situation?
It was not a transgender. Joanne just liked to wear women's clothing.
Oh,
and like
okay.
to dresses up. Yeah, still like I'm Joanne, but
like more of a drag performer or something like that.
Not a drag
type thing.
Yeah, cross dressing, but not like not a performer or anything. Just like a really nice guy that helped people out in the neighborhood.
And he might have identified as a woman, but I don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
We're in slippery fucking ground here because we don't know these things. We have to. I guess is there a book to read?
This is the book. No, I mean maybe he never clarified.
But really, like what happened is that he took in these two women that were they were lovers, but they were also hardcore heroin addicts. And so Joanne took care of him. Joanne Lillycrap took care of him for a long fucking time, like really like trying to get him, lift him up. But they stole Joanne's camera and then demanded money.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, they demanded money, and he's like, I'm not giving you any money. You stole my camera, and they're like, we'll buy you another camera. He's like, nope, I'm keeping the money. So they stabbed him to death and dismembered the body
for a camera.
For money.
For the money.
For money for heroin. And the thing is that the women actually, one of the women turned herself in so she could get methadone. That's how bad she was jonesing. She turned herself in. She's like, I committed a murder. I will tell you all about the murder if you give me methadone.
Oh my God.
And so since she just pretty much gave it, she told the police, like, yeah, I'll tell you whatever you want, that she gave the police one of the most detailed stories of a dismemberment that I have ever read in my life. It's all in this book.
Can you give what's a couple of
let's drop some
fucking
something gross in there.
I really wonder what that would be like, because we obviously covering Dahmer and stuff and all these serial killers that have dismembered people. We kind of know a little bit about it. It seems like a really difficult process.
And it was a very long, difficult process because Joanne was very large.
It's really difficult to dismember a body. It takes a lot of heavy fucking material. You need a hacksaw. You need at least a bone saw. Snapping the bones is really difficult.
Yeah, they used a blunt hacksaw and an axe in this one.
What was that?
With an axe. They said, we tried to lift her, and when that didn't work, both her legs came off at the groin, because they cut the head off first.
Now, is that the right way to do? I don't even know.
I'm not sure what the right way is.
Well, technically, you could disembowel it. You could get like you do a deer. Like imagine it like a deer, where if you could find a way to either get some kind of way to hoist up the body,
of course
then you can let the blood out.
No, during deer hunting season, every garage in Wisconsin looks like it's Ed Gein's playground.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
Yeah, they said the worst bit was the torso. She was so fat. Anyway, I got.
Well, I could have done without the insult.
Honestly, it's very insensitive.
Anyway, I got the Stay Sharp knife and cut all the fat off Joanne's stomach, and we wrapped her back in the blanket. And then after that, they buried the stomach and the body fat in Joanne's prized strawberry patch.
Whoa!
And then they took the head in a bucket, and they took the torso in a 4-wheel drive, and then they went about 100 kilometers out the city, and then they put all that shit in a barrel, filled it with gas, and then set it on fire.
Just cut to someone eating a strawberry shortcake, being like, this is the best strawberry I've ever had.
I just think it's interesting that they say that heroin addicts are lazy.
That's a good point.
Because that's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
And they must have been so strung out.
They were so amazingly strung out. And that's the thing, is that after they got rid of the body, the addiction plus the paranoia, like they were like, we're going to get caught. Of course, we're going to get caught. We're going to get caught. We're going to get
possible.
Caught. So they just went in. And they said, like, well, we're going to get caught anyway. So let's just go in. We'll confess. They'll give us some methadone. The thing is, the cops kept saying, like, yeah, we'll give you methadone. We need more detail. We just need a little bit more detail. Just a little bit. So they just gave them everything, step by step by step by step. And it's all in this book. And then at the end, they're like, all right, give me my methadone. They go, nah.
That is exactly what Dick Tracy did to Mumbles in Dick Tracy, but with water. The water.
The water
it came out of the penis.
Yeah,
Which was, how many bodies do you guys think are actually in the outback? Unidentified, just bones upon bones. There must be thousands.
Well, not only just people just straight up buried, because that was what people, we were talking a little bit about it with various people who grew up in the outback, and they all kind of say the same thing, that technically it's uninhabited, right? There's a lot of areas where it's like there's no like official town. It's like little dotted real communities. But you know for a fact that there are real, off the grid people living out there, and I'm certain that I mean, if you're going to get rid of a body, why would you not go drop it in the middle of the fucking outback?
Well, we had a couple of great fans that we actually met at that dive bar last night who drove 12 hours, no, I think it was 6 hours to see the show.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we literally have a town, I think it was 12,000. They said that was the biggest town within probably an 18-hour radius.
Yeah.
So that is crazy small.
And while we're here, if you are listening, I mean, I would love to hear any other town-specific stories about Australian true crime or wiggy stories. If you lived in the outback or know anything about it, because I'm so fascinated.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, side
Please
stories.
email side stories, lpotl@gmail.com.
Absolutely. We will talk about it. So anyway, so that is the book. Thank you all so much for giving. We got multiple copies of this, City of Evil by Sean Fuster.
Yeah.
And we actually met his buddy Daniel, who was a professional wrestler. There were so many great people we've met on this trip so far. Everyone is so incredibly cool and sweet.
And we're not even done with it.
Yeah, we're not.
You're done with it because this is in the future that you're listening to, but we're at the very start of our trip.
Yeah. We're at the very start. We're halfway through right now.
Halfway.
We've still got shows in Sydney, Brisbane, and Melbourne to go. But by the time that you, listener, hear this, we'll be done.
We'll be dead. Oh, I can't believe the plane crashed. No!
Actually, don't do this, because I had somebody fucking send a message to me recently. It was like, I had a dream that you guys all died in a plane crash.
Cool.
And I was like, fucking great. Cool.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, awesome.
Well, I mean, the dream is not going to cause the engine to fail.
No.
It's okay. The plane will be just fine. And I actually have dreams of plane crashes when I'm on the plane. And those are trippy nightmares.
I bet.
Very trippy
That's
nightmares.
horrifying, Kissel.
Lean in and just let it go. You
Yeah,
know?
it's true. I mean, again, if we're going to go, at least I'm not the pilot.
I guess. Although planes just... Yeah, you know what? You're right. Let's not talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to... We have to travel a lot on planes.
We've got about 4 or 5 more flights ahead of us. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Honestly.
all throughout this year.
Yes, of course. But yes, thanks for all who came out to our shows. It was wonderful to see you all. You were wonderful. And we have more shows coming up in the very near future back in America.
America, ooh, America.
So July 18th, we're going to be in Oakland. Cannot wait. Oakland, California. This is the first time we've ever been there, right?
Can't wait to go to Oakland.
Cannot wait. Of course, we got Comic-Con coming right up in beautiful San Diego.
And we're doing like a thing for streams there
Yes.
during Comic-Con, but we have an actual show,
Yes.
same place we did last year,
Yeah.
at the Balboa, I believe, in San Diego, which is going to be a
Yes.
great time. Very, very excited. And
Yeah.
then
And
we're
that's gonna
going to be in L.A., Los Angeles, at the fucking cemetery, dude.
Absolutely. So San Diego, that show is going to be on July 20th. And then July 21st, Los Angeles. It is my birthday, so I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And I am 34 years old.
Wow.
Isn't that
Wow.
nice?
Look incredible.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
But that is going to be awesome. That's going to be outdoors in this cemetery. It's going to be so much freaking fun. Cannot wait to be there.
And then I can't wait. Honestly, these are all cities I've never been to. We got St. Paul,
Yep.
which I'm really excited for. Des Moines. What do we do in Des Moines?
Des Moines, I heard, is a super fun party town if you just like to sit and drink.
I love that. Sure.
Yeah.
We are getting good at it.
Yeah, great at it.
It's called an addiction.
Yeah. And then on August 10th, we got Milwaukee. And then August 16th, 17th, and 18th, that's going to be Atlantic City, Bethlehem, and Port Chester. And then after that, we've got our European tour.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
We have to leave the country again?
Yeah, dude,
Oh, my
I have
God.
never been to so many places. It's incredible. Honestly, this has been mind blowing.
It really has been.
Like leaving the United States of America is just man. It's crazy. I don't know how to put it. I've never done any of this shit before.
The funny thing is, Australia is so similar to America. If you are worried about traveling out here and be like, oh, what's that going to be like? So chill, everyone's so cool.
Yeah.
Just if you can stand the plane ride, once you're here, it's like It's awesome. So.
Man, I have no fucking butt meat at all.
Well, this is actually...
For 15 hours.
Yes.
My fucking rim was just on the seat.
Yeah, we were flying down here, and I took trazodone, so I slept for 13 hours, which was really amazing. The stewardess was like, impressed, which was cool as hell.
She should have been putting a mirror up to your mouth to see if the breath was still going.
Yeah, like a mafia's funeral.
Yeah.
A mafia man funeral. But I go up to Henry and I'm like, hi, bro, how you doing, dude? I was like well rested and shit. He looked like he was just like someone who was living in Chernobyl now. Just like so devastated. I'm like, have you not slept at all? And he's just like, my asshole is on the seat. But then it turns out
I was sitting on the buckle.
You sat
I sat on the buckle for like 4 hours. And I kept being like, why's my fucking asshole? Why is my fucking asshole so messed up?
You were 38,000 feet in the air sitting on a piece of brass. What is it? It's a steel. It's a piece of metal.
Stainless steel.
It's stainless steel.
I was balanced on the rim of my asshole on a seat buckle going 500 miles per hour in the sky.
So don't do that when you fly, folks.
Always check the seat.
Yeah, make sure you don't have your asshole directly on the buckle.
Also, I'll tell you what, another pro tip about a 15-hour flight is don't get drunk in the first third. Because then you become hungover.
Is that what happened
by
to
the
you?
last third? No, I started edging toward drunk, and I realized what I was doing as I was like, I'm a little too comfortable right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good call. Get drunk at the end or in the middle then, I guess.
The problem is that then you show up, and it's the beginning of a new day in Australia, and
Then
you
you're
show
hammered.
up, and you're just like, oh, fuck. Like I'm Gerard Depardieu, wine drunk, pissing in the plane.
I bet you he sat on some buckles too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From belt buckles.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for listening. We love you. Hail yourselves.
Hail Ticket.
Again.
Magustalations.
And, hey, man, why don't you give Australia a try?
That's a great new catchphrase.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.
Hey, podcast listeners. Mr. Ballin here to let you know we are now publishing 4 times a week on my podcast, Mr. Ballin Podcast, Strange, Dark, and Mysterious Stories. That's right. You'll be getting 4 new episodes a week covering unbelievable mysteries, chilling true crime, and stories so strange they sound made up. But they aren't. They're all true. Don't miss an episode. Listen to and follow Mr. Ballin Podcast, Strange, Dark, and Mysterious Stories wherever you get your podcasts or on YouTube.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform designed to help your business stand out and succeed online. Squarespace gives you everything you need to offer services and get paid, all in one place. From consultations to events and experiences, showcase your offerings with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business. The best part about it is it can help you design a funnel in which you can very quickly record commercials so that you can get it done while you were desperately trying to get on break. That's the best part about Squarespace. It can really shorten up the time you spend doing things. You got to get in there. Use Squarespace. Man, is it fast. It is absolutely incredible. You're going to love your experience at Squarespace. Head to squarespace.com/left for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code LEFT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.